Hello everybody, welcome to the Shire. I'm Scott, I'm your Shire custodian, and welcome to our brand new YouTube channel, Shire Shenanigans. Seeing as this is our first episode, I feel like I better do a little bit of an explanation of what I anticipate the goal of this channel to be. So I have a couple of ideas I'd like to share with you, maybe get your input at the end of the time. Why am I doing this video? Why am I doing this YouTube channel? Well, it's for three reasons. If I could borrow from Lou Gehrig's Yankee Stadium speech, I sit before you the luckiest man in the world. I really truly do mean that. And I mean that for a myriad of reasons, but three of them really jump out at me. Number one is I have a great family. When I say great, I mean they're really great. They're top-notch. They're wonderful, wonderful human beings. And you'll get to meet them throughout the channel. Two is I have great friends. Ditto about them. They're wonderful people as well. And they're a very immensely talented and diverse group. And number three, back in April of 19, I kind of sort of died. Take a look. Well, I got better, obviously. But it was a life-changing event in that it made me truly appreciate things maybe in a little bit of a different manner. And it made me think to myself that there's a lot of joy in my life, and I would really like to be able to share that joy with people like you. And I'd really like to take that and do that in a form of how can I do that with nature, how can I do that with some of the talents I might have, sharing those and sharing the talents of my friends and family. So that's what we're really after here. We want to take what gives us personally joy and lifts our spirit and share that in the form of this channel with everybody out there. And number two, what? What is this channel going to be? Well, I am a very blessed person. I've been able to have some amazing experiences throughout my life and some amazing opportunities. One of the opportunities that I had about 22 years ago was to be able to acquire this piece of property, the Shire. And while we bought the property, I like to think of it in the way indigenous people think of the land. We're not the owners of this property. We're the caretakers, we're the custodians. And that's really an important distinction to make because we're here for a while taking care of this wonderful piece of property, and some point down the line we are going to no longer be in that position. Someone else will be taking over for us. So we're not owners, we're custodians. But that adds to the whole concept of enjoying the things here in nature. Now, I have my notes here, so I have to kind of check on some things here. So we bought this property, like I say, about 20 years ago. We've enjoyed it, but we never really fully utilized it. For many, many years. The kids were growing up, everybody was busy. We would come down occasionally, but we never really fully utilized the property in the way we're trying to now. So back in 2018, we took a trip out west, and we saw some of our wonderful national parks. Through that trip, we said, you know what? We kind of have our own little mini national park back home. We should really see what we can do with it. And so that's what started us on the journey. Through that journey, I had that little accident I told you about back in 19. Now we'll talk more about that on a different video, but to give you a little teaser, it involves chippers, chainsaws, fallen trees, and all of the wonderful things that make for an exciting and invigorating video. But we'll get to that at another time. So with this channel, I want to bring my joy and my spiritual uplifting to all of you in the form of hanging out in the woods. We're going to have fun in the woods. We're going to cook stuff, mostly outdoors of course. We're going to build stuff, and we're just going to generally have fun in the woods because that's why we're here. And I'd like you to join with me on this because I want to share the joy our family gets out of this property with everyone else as well, because we live in a crazy world right now. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening, and if by sharing this experience and doing crazy things if we can uplift your spirit a little bit, then we've really accomplished what we want to do. Now, here's a very important thing. This is a big warning. Big warning. I am no expert. I have a lot of varied interests, but I don't really consider myself an expert in much of anything. So this channel, while we do all these things, is not meant to be instructional. It's meant to be inspirational. And what do I mean by that? Well, if somewhere down the road, a few years, whatever, if someone comes to me and says, hey, I saw X on your YouTube channel, and you know what, I went out and did Y and Z. Well, that would make me infinitely happy, because that's exactly the point we're trying to establish here. What makes us all happy, what gets us out in the woods, what lets us to enjoy nature in the best way we can, okay? And that's really the important thing here. And really, we want to keep it simple. We want to keep it light. We want to keep it fun. We want to have some silly time in the woods, because that's what shenanigans means, right? Also, another point, I want to keep the videos relatively short. 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes or less. Now, why is that? Well, that's an important feature here. As a 60-year-old man, I enjoy YouTube immensely. But I enjoy it, let's be honest, sometimes for bathroom time. I sit down with some of these wonderful videos, and they're so long that it's like you only get through a portion of it. But I figure if I keep it to 10 minutes, that's something we can all do in one sitting, no pun intended. But anyways, back to the reality of the channel. So this is the only time you're going to see me do something like this, where I'm just sitting and talking to you. I mean, there's going to be segments of that, of course, but really the reality of it is that I want to share stuff we do, because we have a ton of fun here. We love sharing it with people that are important to us. We love sharing it with family. We love sharing it with friends. And it really gives us, it gives us that joy we're looking for in life. And so I want to share that with you. So I would be really super honored if you would subscribe, join us with us, send us some comments, send us your thoughts. Again, I'm not an expert. I do things the way I think they should be done. I try to be safe. I try to do all the things the right way. But there are no guarantees. And we'll probably talk about that some as well. So let me make sure I got everything I wanted to do here. That's about it. The next time we come back on this channel, we're going to be doing something. Don't really know what. But we're going to have some fun. And that's the main goal here. So before I leave you, I'd just like to remind you, may your whole day be filled with shenanigans, because that makes us all better. And maybe somewhere along the line, we might even learn something. So have a great day, everybody. Oh, and Bo, tell everybody bye. See ya.